What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is the top 10 snowy states in America.
I vote Alaska.
Ooh, great shout. That's one we always forget about, isn't it, on these like weather ones?
Number one.
Here you go. I feel like you've
Colorado is number 2. No, not number 2. Maybe like 4 or 5.
Oh, we have done.
No,
didn't we do a lot of the pond video?
Washington is one. All the ones along the top.
Didn't we do a lot of the pond video, which was very similar to this?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was coldest states, wasn't it?
Might have been.
I feel like we've done a lot of the pond video.
I vote Chicago's one. I mean Illinois.
Okay. I was going to say, it's not the state. But Chicago may get a lot of snow as well.
New York?
New York gets a bit of snow. I don't know about the most, though. I think it might be, Alaska is probably going to be the most. Wisconsin gets quite a bit of snow.
What's the ones on the top? Massachusetts?
Massachusetts. Is that at the top?
Oregon?
Yeah. Montana?
No.
Yeah. Montana's right at the top.
North and South Dakota?
Michigan. Well, we'll just name the states at this point, so we find out.
Yeah.
Smash that like button, guys. Smash that subscribe button. We're getting close to 160,000 subscribers. Yes, I know we're 6,000 off, but smash that subscribe button and we will be closer if you hit it.
If we don't hit 200,000 subscribers by October, we will not be doing YouTube anymore.
I don't think that's going to happen, but smash that subscribe button just in case. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm threatened them already.
Top 10.
I'm joking if any police officers are watching. I'm not threatening no one.
Top 10 snowiest states in America. What we got?
When it comes to average snowfall in America, we rank 3rd overall for the amount of snowfall we get every year, behind Japan and Canada. Some places in America hardly get any snow at all.
Don't know.
I guess that's not really a country, is it?
I don't know what's going on there.
Is that real? That's not really a real place, is it?
Well, no, it is a real place and it's got a lot of snow, but isn't it already there, the snow?
Iceland?
I honestly don't know. You'd thought that would get a lot of snow, wouldn't you?
Well, you'd think.
And some areas
of
the US get a ton. Snow can be a lot of fun. The kids don't have to go to school and you don't have to go to work. And then when the party's over, snow is really fun to clean up too. You should actually probably enjoy the snow now because, you know, global warming means we might not see much snowfall in the future. Haha, JK. Since winter's coming and lots of places are starting to get snowfall, we thought we'd get out the tape measure and see which states get the most snowfall of all.
Okay.
That's actually really great.
It is, isn't it? Snow. Snow makes places look very pretty at times.
It does. It's just when it turns to that mushy ice, it's not pretty anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Especially next to a road when it starts getting black and that gets everywhere. But it can make like mountains with snow. Oh, they're good, aren't they?
Even Rotherham snow looks good. That's it.
Alrighty then. I think it's appropriate that for this video, we travel around for our snow show in a snowmobile.
Okay.
Also, because I hate putting chains on. It's the worst thing ever. So off we go, looking so darn cool in the process. Our first stop is in Wisconsin.
Ooh, I said Wisconsin.
The Badger State gets 45 inches of snow a year.
45 inches.
That's almost 4 feet. To put that into perspective, go get a ruler and hold it up 4 times. That's 4 feet. For additional perspective, the state with the least amount of snowfall each year is Florida, which gets 0.01 inches of snow each year. A lot of people think Hawaii doesn't get any snow, but that's not true. Some parts of Hawaii get a decent amount of the white stuff. There's a handful of 10,000 tall volcanoes here, which get up to 8 inches of snow every year.
Wow.
But it melts after a few days.
Yeah.
However, most of Hawaii hasn't seen snow in decades, and many areas here may never see snow again for a long, long time. Here in Wisconsin, it's not uncommon for kids to be trick-or-treating in snow. Happens all the time. The average snowfall here hits about November 9th, and sometimes snow begins in mid-September. Of course, the Green Bay Packers are used to it. They always play important games in snow. But if you live in Wisconsin, you're not immune to large amounts of snowfall. It's just part of living in Wisconsin. We're going to hop back on the sled and go to our next stop along our snow tour of America and arrive in Wyoming, somewhere in the Midwest, or West, or North? Where is Wyoming anyway? Here in the Cowboy State, they get about 51 inches of the wet stuff each year.
That is really pretty.
Most of the snowfall in Wyoming happens along the western side of the state, since the Rocky Mountains, and specifically Grand Teton section of the Rockies, blocks most of the snow from reaching the state's high plains to the east.
Okay.
In these mountains, they might get 200 inches of snow a year.
I tell you what,
plains,
if that pool's heated,
that'd be so nice.
Like, that is, it's like, there we
that
go.
was hot.
If that's heated, it's got a bit of steam coming off, but the temperature might just be warmer
Is it
than
just
outside.
freezing from?
Yeah, everywhere else is just freezing, so
Yeah.
it looks like it's hot. But
That
it's so
looks-
nice.
Oh,
I kind of want to be out right now.
like a bath, but it's fine because you're.
Yeah,
Wow.
but surrounded by snow as well.
And then out comes an animal.
What? Where's the
Wyoming,
animal?
isn't
Yeah, that's true.
Out comes a bear.
There's more animals than people, isn't there? in
Out
Wyoming?
comes a bear, and then you're done. You've died in the cold.
On the plains, it's closer to 30 inches.
That was
But it's the wind that's the big problem in Wyoming. Sometimes the wind is so bad during snowfalls that large drifts form, and it's hard to measure how deep the snow really is.
Wow.
In 1949, Wyoming experienced one of the worst blizzards of all time. It started on January 2nd as a really nice day, but a surprise 3-day snowstorm hit, and it was so windy and so intense that entire communities were separated from one another
Wow.
for weeks. Several other blizzards followed that winter too. 76 people died that year, and the snow was so deep and
That's a
packed
lot of
in
people.
that they had to use dynamite to clear the roads.
Dynamite.
Sorry to get so
What?
intense. This is supposed to be a lighthearted video.
What's
But off we
snow?
go to
Said
Massachusetts,
Massachusetts.
number 8
You
on our
did.
list, which gets just a teeny bit more snow each year than Wyoming does. If this is how you get the kids ready for school, you might live in Massachusetts. Other signs you're from Massachusetts? People fight over parking spaces on your streets.
What?
Your dog has trouble going pee all winter, and your Netflix usage spikes during a blizzard.
Makes sense.
Some parts of the
What else you
state
gonna
get a
do?
couple feet, but other parts of the state get up to 80 inches.
Wow.
Hey Mappy, what causes such a variation in snowfall accumulation in such a small area like this?
Hey Nick, sorry, Karen and I are snowed in. We can't come to work today. Juan is filling in for us today.
Are you serious, Mappy? Okay. Well, why don't you two make a blizzard baby? Wink, wink.
That's like a quarantine baby, isn't it? Do you know a quarantine when baby like
We
shut up?
didn't actually make our baby in quarantine.
We didn't. That was so random.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
The unfortunate reality of now, because of quarantine, everyone can work from home. Not everyone. You work in a shop or something, obviously.
Yeah,
can't.
before that, if you couldn't get into work, you couldn't get into work. But COVID made everyone, bit apart from me.
Yeah, I can say you got time off, didn't you? But now I can do my office job at home. That's depressing. No
Not if
snow
we
days.
smash this computer up
Yeah, it's so unlucky. I can't get in, and the computer just stopped working.
and Millie just hit baseball bat at the computer. so-
Yeah, I'm gonna have to enjoy the snow.
So, Juan, do you know what causes variations in snow accumulation in a somewhat relatively equal meteorological climate?
No say.
Great. All right.
Are you freaked out
Beep,
about it?
beep. Do snowmobiles have horns? We're going to cross over Connecticut and take this thing down to New York State.
I like the storyline.
It's
with the
interesting
snowmobile.
that
New
Connecticut's
York?
surrounded by
Ooh.
states that get a lot of snow, but they don't get that much themselves. We'd ask Juan about it, but he's no say today. It seems that on any given day during winter, somewhere in New York, snow is coming down.
That's me.
Syracuse is the snowiest of all New
saw
York
snow in
cities
New York.
and is fifth in the world for major cities in terms of average snowfall every year. Syracuse gets about 123 inches or 10 feet every year. That's because it's so close to Lake Ontario, which
Okay.
produces lake effect snow. It had snowed so much in Syracuse in 1992 that the city approved a resolution that all snowfall would be illegal for the rest of the year.
Wait, what?
It snowed 2 days later.
Snow
Buffalo,
would be
located next to
illegal.
Lake
How can
Erie,
you make snow
gets a lot
illegal?
of
It's
snow
not
every year
nature.
too. In 2004, Buffalo got 7 feet in one day, the third highest.
Is that a 7-foot person, or is that like just an absolute midget? That's like you potentially.
You can't say 7 feet when she's not definitely not like 8 feet.
Well,
is
she might be 7'5". She don't. And she also could be standing on something.
No,
You know what I mean?
I'd be buried.
Oh, you would be. You'd be
I'd
screwed.
be long gone.
Yeah, you'd have been long gone a couple feet ago.
amount in the city's history. The blizzard of 1966 hit Rochester, New York like a ton of ice bricks.
It began on January 30th, 1966, but by the time its fury peaked just one day later, it had already claimed the dubious title of the worst of all time.
That's mad,
And many
isn't it?
forced to abandon their cars wherever they could. The city was shut down, as you couldn't go anywhere except
not
by
surprised.
foot.
If you're old enough to remember that blizzard, then you're kind of old. We're off to the winter wonderland that is the state of Michigan,
Okay.
which gets an average of
I said
61 inches of snow each and every year.
That's pretty.
While this is life in Miami every winter, this is life in Michigan every
Miami,
winter.
here I come.
Crazy.
Yuck. Here's a fun fact. It's said that no 2 snowflakes are alike, but that's not true. Because in 1988, a scientist in Michigan found 2 identical snow crystals.
What?
That's fabulous. While the lower part of the state gets a lot of snow, the upper peninsula...
What are you doing to have time to find two identical snowflakes?
These are important facts we need.
Yeah, but like...
Is he there?
What are you doing?
Quickly.
What is your job that you really can just do that for a living?
Yeah. I suppose, yeah. Maybe it's important. Let us know in the comments if it is important for some reason. Let us know. It might be.
Peninsula might
you never know.
as well be in the North Pole. Actually, that's not even true, because most of Michigan gets more snow than the North Pole does, by about 3 inches.
There you go.
If you live in Michigan, you should have all the latest snow-removing gadgets. Stuff like this handy Yooper Scooper to get snow off of roofs. Or this jet tank snow melter. Or this Robo-Plow.
Robo-Plow.
Now we're getting into some deep stuff.
Oh, it's only
Alaska is our 5th snowiest state, where the average snow depth each year is about 65 inches. Did you know native Eskimos here have more than 50 words for snow? It's true, but don't get all full of yourself, Snow. They also have 1,000 words for a reindeer.
Uber, Uber, Snowball and me keep eyes open. We know we home when we see pole.
Pole? You mean the North Pole, Mr. Snowshoe?
No, totem pole. Oh, boy, snow feels so good.
Valdez, Alaska, a small town, is the 2nd snowiest town in America, where because of a weird weather phenomena that involves cold air rushing south into moist air from the Gulf of Alaska, they get about 326 inches of snow every year. But drive 30 miles east of Valdez to Thompson Pass, and you'll find one of the snowiest places on the planet. Thompson Pass gets 550 inches of snow each year, and in the winter of 1952, this region got 974 inches, or 81 feet of snow.
That's insane.
That's the snowiest town in the USA, but the snowiest place in the nation is a teeny ranger station on Mount Rainier in Washington State, which gets an astounding 671 inches, or nearly 56 feet per year.
Wow.
During the winter of 1971, this Paradise Ranger Station got 93 feet of snow. Moving on, we come to our 4th snowiest state in the USA, Colorado, which gets an average of 67 inches of snow accumulation each year. But they're used to it here. People in Colorado will wear snow boots to funerals, so you know they'll wear them to job interviews. Colorado's biggest blizzard came in 1913, when 45 inches of snow fell in Denver alone, and unknown amounts fell on the highest elevations of the Rockies.
The worst series of blizzards in 50 years. Roaring in from the Pacific, the storms have blanketed the countryside and halted all movement. Sometimes you have to dig for 10 feet to reach the roof of a car. With buildings nearly buried, the mailman's work becomes strenuous. Along one highway, a snow depth of almost 20 feet is measured.
Colorado snow is actually different than the snow in other places. Because of the unique Rocky Mountain landscape and the nearby desert climate, snowfall here is drier and more powdery than snow in other states, which is typically wetter and heavier. Hence, every day in Colorado is a powder day. These facts make me miss Mappy. Mappy, how are you and Mrs. Mappy riding out that storm? What the hell are you wearing? Okay, I'm gonna pretend I did not just see that. I'm so can't get on this snowmobile fast enough to get that image out of my head.
Though. A bit more effort.
What is going on here?
New Hampshire.
We're back in the Northeast once again, and this is where we will remain for the rest of this informative and somewhat racy video.
I guess it does make sense. I was only thinking like middle north.
Yeah.
But northeast.
I wasn't thinking about
Makes sense. You're even more north.
Okay, Rhode Island.
Closer to maybe. That's only small though, so it's a small area, see. I don't know.
Here in New Hampshire, 71 inches of snow falls every year. You can always tell when someone's from New Hampshire. They have a huge coat on, big ugly boots, a snowblower, and a Subaru.
Just
one thing you have to really worry about here in New Hampshire, and in all the New England states, are nor'easter snowstorms.
Okay.
These are tropical storms that form in the Atlantic and move up the East Coast, where they meet cold air. The amount of snow that results can be crippling. Mount Washington in New Hampshire is a notoriously dangerous place where snowfalls can be 25 feet deep each winter and where snow gusts can be 161 miles an hour. You don't want to be at the top of Mount Washington when a storm hits.
Definitely not.
We can barely see the snow is so deep, but we're almost done with our journey.
Number 1 is Vermont.
Just to the east of New Hampshire is Maine, which gets on average 77 inches of snow every year.
Pretty though.
That's a lot. You can bet that every winter day, all 1 million people here in Maine are just waiting in anticipation for the next 12-incher that's bound to come in the next few weeks.
That's mad, isn't it?
You know you're in Maine when you see insanely high stop signs around town. That's because the snow gets so deep here, they have to make road signs taller.
Wow.
That's
Here's
so
a fun
funny.
fact. Each winter in the U.S., 1 septillion snowflakes fall to the ground. That's 26 zeros. All right, we're going to take our snowmobile from Maine and head east, where eventually we come to Vermont, our snowiest state.
Thing is,
We're about
you can't wait till number 2's gone. You know it's in the
can.
northeast and go, yeah, it's Vermont.
I can.
I don't know about 90
I
inches
can do
of snow.
exactly that.
By the way, put this into perspective. We get a tiny bit of sleet in Jersey. It's like, oh my God, the snow. Do you know what I mean?
It's good.
Yeah, and everything shuts down with a little bit of sleet. Vermont, 90 inches of snow.
Crazy amount.
90 inches of snow comes down every year. It's not even close. Vermont's the snow king of America. In 1970, the whole state of Vermont averaged 318 inches of snow. For the whole state, that's 26 feet. Even as late as Memorial Day, it's not untypical for Vermont to get a dusting. Here's a typical Saturday morning in Vermont, and here's that same afternoon.
Oh,
Yes,
same
Vermont
afternoon.
takes the prize for the snowiest of all snows.
Hey, Nick. Karen and I had a great time together riding out the snowstorm. Thanks for letting us take the day off.
No biggie, I'm glad to see you two back in love again.
I'm not in love. I just wanted to see him put that funny outfit on.
Okay, you guys are just weird, and I'm glad this video is over. I don't know what's happening here, but we're not leaving you two alone again. Okay, so here they are. The places where people throw snowballs and build snowmen and fall down and break their arms more than anywhere else.
Fair
And
enough.
here are the states in America that get the least amount of snowfall every
Okay.
year, where they don't have to pour salt on the sidewalks or put chains on their tires. No
Less
surprises
effort,
here.
easier life.
If you live in
Yeah.
Maine
Yeah.
or in any of the other states we talked about, you have it pretty rough for long stretches every year. And if you don't live in a very snowy state, why not lend them a hand and help them dig out every now and then? No? Okay then.
Stay warm
The end.
inside.
If you like the snow, then you should go to Vermont. If you'd like to slide and almost die, that's Vermont.
That's morbid.
If you like to
What's this
taste
song?
all the flakes, you'll love Vermont. If you're a panda bear, then you probably live in China.
What? I'm so lost in this video now.
Move to Wisconsin and you'll hate it. There's a lot of boring stuff, not a lot of fun. Move to Wisconsin and you'll hate it. There's a lot of boring stuff, not a
Oh,
lot of fun.
Wisconsin.
Their quarterback has a funny mustache. There's a lot of Brewers fans too. People here wear tiny shorts. And they have
You're
a
going to
lot of
offend
pretty
all those
lakes.
Wisconsin people by dancing on.
And it's cold. Everybody here ice fishes. If you want to come, then you better not forget your pole. Everybody here ice fishes. If you want to come, then you better not forget your pole. Everybody here ice fishes. If you want to come, then you better not forget your pole. Everybody here ice fishes. If you want to come, then you better not forget your pole. Bam! Bam! Wisconsin!
It's so wacky.
Bam!
What are we watching?
I was
Wisconsin!
still watching.
I don't know. I'm so intrigued.
Hey guys, if you learned something
Wow,
new
that-
or you just
you
like
know
this
what?
video,
Turn off quick.
make sure
That was, that was a video which was so random. Obviously, you had the maps in there. So we got an eye on you guys during blizzard storms. You guys doing some mad stuff apparently during blizzard storms. We had the maps in there. I liked the singing at the end. Poor Wisconsin though.
The little people are weird.
They are, but I like the fact it's not just somebody there showing pictures talking. It's trying to engage it, which I like. You know what I mean? Tell a story, engage
Yeah,
it,
I
have different
guess.
things. Smash that like button if you enjoy, guys. Smash the subscribe button. We've learned something new though.
I have learned something new. I've learned that not to always believe
Well,
Alaska
you were-
is the best thing.
Thing is, we normally forget about Alaska,
Yeah, but it came fifth.
and the one time we remembered it, it came quite high. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that subscribe button. Hopefully, you are either enjoying the snow, or if you don't like snow, hopefully you're in this nice hot weather. Smash that like button, guys. Smash the subscribe and watch the video,
Have a fantastic day.
and we will see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.